There's my one front tire. She's down right to the canvas there in that one spot. So I think my tire pile at home, I think I should have a tire this size. So I'll try to get the two front tires swapped out today, later on. Yeah. These are used tires I got for free to begin with about 2 years ago. So, but the guy who installed those original tires on for me, the first time, he for some reason put the tires on, with the front ones wore on the insides, and then the ones that were originally on the back of the other vehicle, put them on the back instead of rotating them. So the tires were pre-wore with the insides worn a bit when I got them. I don't know if that really makes a difference, because if they're straight, they shouldn't have wore straight. But anyways, so maybe the tires were pre-wore that way, so it kind of amplifies the look of my front end being screwed up. I don't know. Anyways. So the other day I ran to the parts guy. I got a whole new top there. These are the brighter pink ones up of an XCR 600, but it's all the same stuff. This is a bit darker purple. Got the bolts. Because this one here I had the holes all drilled out squirrely, so I decided to get a whole rail. Look, I switched up the top covers and rail. I might address this throttle. The throttle cable's too loose. Like super loose in there, so it keeps activating the throttle safety button here. And the snowmobile keeps quitting, so I'll see later how quick it is to get those tires changed, or if I can, maybe I'll come back and screw with that. But right now I'm reusing all the O-rings. So I'm going to put a bit of silicone on everything. So I want to turn the heater on, get this all set up, and bolt it together, and then take off, do my tire thing, come back, and then do the rest of the stuff. I'm going to touch up the duct tape a bit, and just go through it a little bit here before I go sledding again. I didn't do anything to this yet, and look, it's all just soaked on. The coolant is black, but anyways. Look at that, look how much it's leaking right there just from setting, so I think, yeah, she's definitely due to get fixed properly. I think I pushed my luck as much as I could the other weekend. There you go. Boom, all buttoned up and beautiful looking. Now I gotta go on a mission to see if I can get some tires on my truck. I'm gonna crank the heat here, let this set up, come back later today and tear into this a little bit more. Boom! My free spare tire pile came through for me. I think there's the last two good tires in there. There's two other ones that are usable, but they're smaller. So I'm going to put these in the front, try to get them installed. Hopefully I don't get too much trouble from the tire guys. They're either going to flat out reject me or do it no problem, because I got a pretty bad power steering leak I got to fix, and my back tires are not much better than the front tires. So let's head to the old tire boys. I got 4 brand new beautiful tires in the garage for this truck, but I want to get the power steering fixed, get an alignment, go through, get it fixed properly, then put the new tires on, right? So for now, I'm just trying to get the old beater rocking for a little bit longer here. So if I can use those tires and get them put on, I'm going for it. Well, there you go, new tires in the front. The old truck just, whoo, boys, she drives like a dream. Feels like I need a haircut, probably shave, maybe you know, get things a little bit more presentable condition. It seems like I'm just kind of letting things go right haywire these days. Oh well. Yeah, the guy at the tire shop definitely he did it, and he's gonna do it no problem, but he was a little hesitant. But I told him, I'm like, I know I got to do work on this truck, like I'm just getting it going for now. I got 4 new tires, I'm gonna put it on, I'm gonna fix it all up, like don't worry about it, just change my tires. And then there's one Filipino guy, he's like, alignment, you need alignment. I was like, yes, I know. But I was looking, and I checked out the front end before. All the joints and stuff seem tight, but on one side, the bottom of the leaf spring, because they got struts on the front of these, and the coil springs. The bottom of the coil springs, the chunk broke off the bottom of the coil spring, so it's sitting down whoop, on one side, and that's probably throwing off its camber quite a bit. So, well, it's got 291,000 kilometers on it. Like, it's kind of at the end of its life anyways. I didn't have to, but I pulled the exhaust off the front because sometimes, well, it's pretty normal for a snowmobile to be all dirty and crap down here anyways. But what happens is when you pull that hose off and drain the coolant and everything, the coolant will run down and get all over the front of the engine. And it will never get warm enough down at the bottom to evaporate it off. So up here it will be dry looking. And down there you can think it's leaking, but it can just be residual stuff from, you know, a previous time when you drained it. And I knew that, but I took it apart and checked it all. Looked in the 3 holes. I'm not going to say it looks perfect in there, but it looks the same as it did last time, and I ran the heck out of it. So, yeah. Pulled the dipstick on the chain case because I had to top it up a bit when I got it, but that's she's all good. So as long as I had this sled, I could smell gas. Like, I pulled this out the back of my truck the other day and there's all gas in my truck, and I thought maybe the jerry can I had was leaking, or maybe I thought maybe I should start shutting my gas off when I'm driving on the highway. But no, these guys gotta do everything so halfway and crap. Look. So the plug on the bottom of the other 2 carbs are just normal plugs, and that one there has a hose on it. Now some of the newer carbs, they put a hose on the bottom with a little plug, so you can, you got a little thing that you can pull just to drain the water, because the water will collect in the bottom. But look, they just shoved a threaded carriage bolt in there, and it's leaking around the threads. Like, why would there just be one random plug just, man, these guys that were maintaining this thing, like, the things they do blows my mind. This is going to be hard to show, but you see the thing that's moving right there? You're probably not going to see the mark just because I got a light on it and it's dark. It's too hard to show, but that, oh, you can see right, I don't know if you can see it, it's hard, it's going, you can see there's a little mark on that beside the little round thing, just below where the spring engages, a little mark. So the mark's going to the side now, and the mark's kind of going up and down now. That little mark, and on that little round piece behind it, you gotta know what you're looking at. But anyways, those are your oil marks. That's where, right, that's your idle position oil, and that's your wide open position oil. And this one here, these do, like, maybe these sleds kind of over oil from the factory anyways, but your best bet's to be on your marks. And some of the newer sleds, you want to be over the mark. But this one here, it's set like quite a bit under the mark, like, oh, 1/8 of an inch, no, 3/16 of an inch maybe, below the mark, like it's way under the mark. So when I set up my cables, there's just a screw adjustment on the cable here. Ooh, there's my hand, my finger right behind the oil line there. There's a screw adjustment on the cable right there to tighten that cable up, and there's the mark. Woo. So I gotta get that set up. That's just dripping away. So I'm probably gonna pull this carb and check that crap out. I gotta set that, and then I gotta tighten these up. Man, whoever had this just, wow. All I'm trying to do here, so you should probably do your carbs when they're in place, probably, I don't know. But I couldn't see in there with the crap, and I had the one carb off already. See my new repair there, the plug thing on the bottom. Okay, so all I'm trying to do is take some free play. It doesn't seem like there's an excessive amount of free play. When you push the throttle in, see the cable right there. See, when you push in, see the, come on. See when you push in, see how the cable's loose there? It's hard to see, but this keeps, when you let go of the throttle, the snowmobile quits because it's not pushing that button in. I thought I unplugged it on the trail when I was sledding, but must have been the wrong one, I don't know. So I'm just, yeah, the screws on top of the carbs where the cables go in, right, these screws. I just gotta tighten them up all a bit equally. Make sure the plungers are still rising equally, and try to get some free play out of the throttle. And once I get that established, and then I'll set the oil injector to the mark, and then put everything together and load her up and head home. That boy. See, it moves there because it's meant to move there. There's a safety switch there. Oop, and there. See, now it holds in nice and tight on that switch. No more crazy shutting off all the time. That's where the oiler was set. The cable was all the way loose. Look, it's right up against touching the motor mount. Like, cable was slack, like as loose as it could possibly go. It wasn't set up at all. I just loosened the jam nut there. I'll set it up. Look how far the oiler is from the motor mount now, and that was touching right up against that motor mount. Look at the adjuster cable. Look, it's like halfway in on the cable. Like, look how far that's adjusted in. It's right on the mark, maybe just a touch above. It could be maybe back down a little. But look at that. That's how severely under adjusted that was. What the crazy heck? Wow. Like, these things do oil a lot. Maybe they could stand a bit less oil, but just above my finger. You see it shining just above my finger? Right there? See that? Just right, barely above my finger. That's your top mark. See that little, whoop, that's your mark, and there's, you can see it. On that round thing that my pinky's touching right there, there's a mark there and there's a mark there. Those are your marks that gotta line up. And then when you crank it, on the bottom side, can you see the flick in there? That little, see that? The little mark? Those are your oil marks. We're set up now, so just gotta put it all back together. I was just screwing the last carb on, putting it together, and I caught right out of the corner of my eye. Whoop. That line's all cracked and screwy-dooey there. See that? That there, it's a thick line, it might have been okay, but that there goes down into your bottom end. So I had to pull that carb back off. Goes, whoop. Just catch it going down there. Goes under your base. That's your, whatever terminology you want to use, it's your vacuum line or your impulse line. It's the line that creates the surge, your vacuum charge for your fuel pump. So I have another piece of hose. I can replace the line if I have to, but I might just be able to snip it off and stick it back up there again and be okay. So yeah. Okay, we're all buttoned up here. Did some more tape work on the seat. I put a row this way, and then some more. Well, actually, I fixed some spots going this way, and then I put them this way, and got a nice grid pattern going here. I should have got a little more invasive with the tape on the. But yeah, I ran out of tape, so hopefully that holds or whatever. It doesn't matter that much, I guess. That should hold now. And yeah, so she's full of coolant, and oh yeah, I put some tape on the inside of the belly pan here along the clutch. I put a bunch of tape there because someone, well, it's missing just the rubber plug for the clutch. Someone put a vent here. I don't know, I guess they're trying to keep the belt cool or something. There's in the front, there's like this angle iron brackety thing. It bolts up to the front. Probably hard time there. They got this extra thing in the front, and then they got a big wide motor mount plate down there. That, whatever. Anyways, they got some wild reinforcing going on here. Like they're, you know, they got to hold all that 680 torque back, and they cut a hole. Usually, you see like fan cooling machines. Sometimes they got these vents, but they're on the exhaust side, not right by the belt, and it's kind of hard to see it. The bottom side of this little louver thing here, look, they drilled holes in the bottom of this. So they're like, I don't know, man, worried about, I don't know, belt getting hot, I guess. So now every time you lean in the snow on this side, every time I try to do a power turn in the snow on that side at a low speed, the belt starts slipping. I was out in the woods the other day in like 2 feet of fluff. And man, every time you'd layer on that side, you had to sit there forever and try to burn the snow off the belt. Annoying. So hopefully the tape holds up, and yeah. Throttle's nice and tight. No weird stopping anymore. Alright, I got a crap load of tools to clean up and I'm out of here.